This guy is the doctor who is the most responsible for cancers I have in my eye. So if I type this, so this video tells a lot, because when YouTube protects somebody on this matter, it means that their federal government is behind this. This is second type of cancer I have. So this is also important, and this proves that articles of CNN, CBS in the first place, and CNN and other major MSM news networks proves that I have eye cancer in my eye. Everything is displayed, explained here regarding the blocking of decreasing views on that video. Now I have 6 views, but for like 2 weeks or something like that, YouTube keep this on 0, and they are directly, by doing this, they are directly protecting Russian doctors from Russian state federal hospital who are responsible for these 4 cancers in my eye. Melanoma, there is more on that in other videos I uploaded. So these are eye cancers. This is more on that. More on that, and there should be video on attorney of that hospital or lawyer who ignored me. Danica Konstantinovic. Yeah, here it is. This is about Russian embassy. This is about folders related to those 4 cancers, G drive folders, and I don't see another video on Russian embassy, so I need to no, I will need to look for it, search for it. So brutally lying. Okay, so obviously there are a lot of videos, and the most surprising thing is that YouTube, and I proved in my other videos that United States federal government is behind YouTube. They are controlling them. This video should be enough about that matter. So this video, and so this is the guy, doctor from State Hospital. I first visited him. It was 11th of February 2019, and if he did his job, if he injected proper medicine into below my eye, I would need to go to a private hospital, Eliksir, which is mentioned in that search. This is where doctors from Russian hospital Fyodorov, this is the hospital that is regularly visited by doctors from Russian hospital Fyodorov, Federal State Hospital, eye clinic. So they injected something, and that caused 4 melanoma, rare eye cancer. 6 people in 1 million get it, which you can see from that video on CBS and CNN articles. And you can also see that attorney of that hospital, Danica Konstantinovic, didn't answer my emails, and I just showed that video. My emails, my Viber messages, and so on and so on. So by doing that, she admitted that she is that she don't want to represent and defend that hospital. The key moment was, which is something that I will show in documents stored on G Drive related to that hospital. So again, Eliksir in Novi Sad, private hospital. But I first went to this guy, State Clinic, KLINICKI Center Vojvodina. He's there, the head of ophthalmology department, and I will show what he did, and I will afterwards show what Russian doctors did. So the key moment was when I contacted that hospital. When I noticed that I have cancer, I contacted that hospital and Eliksir private hospital, and I asked them to pay damages. They answered, but after I reminded them that maybe I recorded, audio recording. Maybe I recorded when there were 2 doctors actually who were treating me at that Eliksir hospital, 2 Russian doctors, again, Fyodorov Federal State Russian Hospital. So I was treated there in 2010, 2010, on the same problem. It was a way more severe case. I was totally blind. Other doctor from Serbia treated me correctly with diprofos. This is cure that is way better than dexazone, which is used by Russian doctors. And I asked that first doctor who treated me, Russian doctor, why I cannot have diprofos instead of dexazone. He said it's not needed. So that was the key point. And when I reminded Eliksir Hospital that maybe I recorded that, they stopped answering. I then managed to contact some of their staff and told him that it is bad for them to ignore me, because they proved that they're guilty. They're responsible for what happened. After that, they said I should contact for everything, every other matter, every other question I have, their attorney, Danica Konstantinovic, and I did that, and she never answered, which you can see from that video. So then I contacted this Doktor Babovic and asked him to pay damages to me. So this is the only. So these are emails I sent to them, to ophthalmology, and to administration of that hospital, KLINICKI Center Vojvodina. So this is them. I will use this as as a thumbnail, definitely. So I'm going to show, so there is only one mail which I sent to them, and this is the first part. So it was sent on 25th of June 2021. So this is the AG drive folder related to dosai cancers and treatment in Eliksir hospital and even in state hospitals as well. So I reminded him if he did properly, if he properly treated me, then in the way other doctor did in 2010, I wouldn't need to go next day to Eliksir hospital, private, and ended up with 4 eye melanomas in my eye. And yeah, I mentioned that hospital Eliksir ignored me, even their attorney, which proves that they're guilty. And I also asked him who is the one who decides if diprofos or dexazone is given to people. So I had inflammation of iris, iridocyclitis, I think this is the proper name. And if they had diprofos in their office, in their hospital. And I asked him why he didn't inject this below my eye, which is what saved my eyesight in 2010. And of course, if he planned to do this later, why he or some other doctors didn't do it, or wrote in the report, which I'm about to show. So in Eliksir, I was given an injection dexazone a day after his mix of injections, day after his examination, and I asked him to explain that. He never answered. And I asked him why he and his colleagues are so mad after 8 p.m., which is when they stay for emergency cases. Usually hospital works till 8 a.m. So he and all his other colleagues, I went there multiple times, except one who listened to me and wrote the list of so-called focuses, which are diseases that may cause problem with the eye that I had. So I asked him how it is possible that he is boss of that doctor and not the other way around. And I asked him if he has other things to do during that. I need to translate this. It should be night shift. Night duty or night shift. So I asked him if he has some other things to do and his colleagues during that night shift. So this is just a folder, G drive folder final 2, which can be accessed from the description of the following video. So here, description of that video. And finally I gave him this Eliksir folder, which I'm about to show. Those those documents, reports, and before that I just need to show that he never answered, which is why I'm creating this video. So no response. Let's see what else. So that's him. I need this for the thumbnail. So what I'm about to show, another thing is that he is also working at private hospital, which is private clinic called Boulevard. So this is maybe why he didn't have time to. He was very angry, in bad mood when he examined me. So I don't need this anymore. This is his LinkedIn profile. And check out this. So I Clinic Boulevard, Novi Sad. We are proud that part of our team, the head of clinic for eye diseases, that part of our team is the head of clinic for eye diseases of Clinical Center Vojvodina, Doktor SINISA Babovic, who precisely diagnose problems and successfully solves them on the rear segment of the eye. So this is their phone, and so he also works, so that's him. He also works in private practice. Maybe this is why he was angry when I came there to treat me. He probably was resting because he was working. So it is interesting that he's not shown here. So these are the doctors, and I don't see picture where it should be, where there is this more button to show more of them. So he's not here, obviously. I don't know what that means. Maybe this is not updated, or he doesn't work there anymore. And this is, as I said, Clinical Center of Vojvodina. So this is what they are doing. So state doctors are, as probably all people know, are funded by the taxpayers. I pay every month certain amount for their salaries, and when I go there in 20 years, once in 20 years, so once in 20 years, he acts like I'm some sort of hobo, piece of shit, and similar. So this is the that model of health insurance is a common model, because this model caused situations like this, but on the other hand, when some of their friends, family and so on had some problems, they have those members of their family and friends have the highest priority of the treatment. So unless you're their friend or family, you can die. They really don't care. There are so many cases of doing that to other people. that this is unbelievable, really. Of course, journalists don't write about that, and I promise, unless I die of cancer, that there will be no more state hospitals in this. There will be no more that model of state hospitals, because people would be able to choose. It will be the similar as bank account. They will have an account and paid money for their health insurance, and they can decide where they can be treated, either in state or private hospital, which is, I think, the model which is in the West. So this proves also that Serbia is underneath still communist country. And when I mentioned that to this Dr. Babovic, this piece of shit, he asked me, why is this bothering me? Well, it's bothering me, yeah, by the way, I went once after this happened to meet him. He tried to ignore me, but I managed to meet him, and he said he needs to go, and so on and so on. And when I explained to him that there will be no more mandatory state insurance, that people will be able to choose whether they want state or private insurance, he asked me, why is this bothering me? Well, I mean, you can see what kind of piece of shit this guy is. So, okay, and he's head of eye clinic. So this is that video I showed on Danica Konstantinovic, attorney of Eliksir Hospital. Yeah, so she was ignoring me, my emails, my Viber messages, and even my call. You can see here that she hung up on me. Okay, so that was it. This is about Dr. Zoran Marjanovic. It's sort of related. I went there in his office to have the Röntgen scan, and my face was burnt by the Röntgen scan. More details are in video on that. It should be here. Where I got my face Röntgen rays burnt. See, he just confirmed his email, and Dr. Zoran Marjanovic. So I went on internet to search for DA. So this is here. This is related to my to burns I had from Röntgen, and it said here that this is really, really rare, and I think that the last case was I cannot find it now. I think it in 1920 something. The last case where somebody was burned by Röntgen. Yeah, actually in 1896. Okay, so it's something that should not happen by any possible means, and these are two report on two doctors, dermatologists, who confirmed that I have burn on my face right after I had Röntgen ray. I think that one of these OPT, I think I did one for OPT. Well, that should be somewhere here. These Ranger race pictures. I don't know where they are now. Maybe here. No. They're on G drive. I will so this is off topic. I will create a separate video on this guy. Ranger burns. I just wanted to mention this. So now I'm going to what should I show first? Okay, let's go from here. So this is the report of Dr. Babovic. As I said, 11th of February 2019. Iridocyclitis, whatever. Acute and therapy. Drops. These are pills. These are drops and drops. Refresh contacts. People who has dry eye know about that. And by the way, by therapy he prescribed, and Russian doctors using that therapy, especially those drops, which are for I need to check out this. I forgot what's the it's for pupil dilatation. I have permanent pupil enlargement, which seriously affected my vision, so I have problem with my vision on left eye. I didn't have that before those experts what treated me. Let's see what else. Okay, this is on OPT. So only one report related to Dr. Babovic. So next one is RDA are emails I sent to that hospital, emails I mentioned. So it was on 8th of May 2021. This is where I asked them to pay damages to me, and so on and so on. So there is another email, I think this one, where I mentioned when I reminded them that I want answer, and I gave some more details. And this is the part. So this is the part, the crucial part. You cannot know if I recorded the conversation. So nurse or doctor, Russian, female, we translated what I asked doctors, was really angry when I asked questions about therapy. noting that you were that it was mandatory for Russian doctor. First one, after for some reason there was a second one, overtaking the therapy and treatment. So that hospital was it was mandatory for Eliksir hospital to wrote that everything that I asked about treatment and therapy, such as question on first examination, and that question was why I'm not given diprofos, which is way more efficient. So afterwards, two doctors, one from state hospital and the other from private hospital, confirmed it's way more effective than dexazone. So this is the crucial point. You cannot know if I recorded that conversation because a lot of evidence, I mean those recordings I left for later. In that way I led courts, police and prosecutions to commit crimes, so I can do to you too, in case you claim I haven't asked that, because you gave me other injections, not diprofos. Later I cannot had diprofos injected below my eye, even if I wanted, because in the pharmacy they told me it cannot be combined, and that injections they gave me extremely strong, and they're given in the worst possible cases, the most difficult cases, severe cases, whatever. From some reason and this is about focuses and so on and so on. So after I sent this, they stopped contacting me and contacting me, answering, and there was one email they sent. I'm trying to find it, where they refer to their so this is the email, which is sent on May 11th. All questions can be answered by their lawyer Danica Konstantinovic. So they asked me to, in the future, I contact her. This is her email. So she never answered, which you can see in that video I mentioned. This is something related to LED light bulb, which might be the reason for my problems, but I'm not going into details on this. So this is something, this crucial email. Is sent on May 10th of May, and next day they of course there are follow-up mails, as you can see here, and they stopped answering. So actually I can see this here as well. So I sent them more data, and finally when they answered, that was all from them. So I can also check this out here right away. So that's the email. The first thing what they did wrong is not answering me within the same email thread. And I can also see if their lawyer answered me. No. So now the opposite direction. This is the a warning. I don't know if there is a warning before. No, warning before or prior to filing a lawsuit, international lawsuit, because these are international Russian doctors. So this is the one. This is that part. So I can actually translate it because this is the crucial moment and the starting point for that unusual case of YouTube protecting Russian government. So United States federal government protects Russian federal government by blocking my views for that video on rare eye cancer. CNN and CBS. So okay. Let's see if I can Control X. So the nurse or doctor, a Russian woman who was translating what I asked the doctor, got very angry when I started asking questions about the therapy, noting that you're obligatory, a Russian doctor, do first one, then for some reason the second one took over, to write down everything I asked regarding treatment. They didn't do that, and therapy, such as the question at the first examination regarding not being prescribed Diprofos, which is way more effective. You cannot know if I recorded the conversation because I left a lot of evidence for later in order to lead prosecutors, courts and the police to commit criminal acts. So can you, in case you claim that I didn't ask that. So again, crucial point, due to the administration of other injections, not Diprofos, later I could not receive the same one, so Diprofos, even if I wanted to, because they told me at the pharmacy that it must not be combined, and that the injections you gave me are extremely strong and are given in the most severe cases. So these injections, dexazone, are corticosteroids. Corticosteroids. Wow. Which are really the last option. Extremely strong anti-inflammatory medicines. Okay. So I'm just going to show, so I think this is the whole thread. I gave examples on diseases, incurable diseases I cured. These are two videos. Again, YouTube is putting those videos at the end even when I'm logged in, so they don't want when people talk about incurable diseases, but they cannot block me and sue me because I'm a witness of international organized crime. Okay, I should not close this anyways. So I explained here how I cured 12. Actually, one of these diseases is something to do with my mother, but let's say I cured 11 incurable diseases. Actually, I haven't cured. I started curing this cancer in my eye, but it started shrinking. At least this is the impression I had, and then I didn't have conditions to continue. This is to Dr. Konstantinovic, lawyer Konstantinovic. She never answered. So I said here that by ignoring me, she did a huge favor to me, saved a lot of time, and so on and so on. Another email I sent to her, and she never answered. So that was it. And the last thing, Eliksir is also accessible from description of this video. Eliksir G drive folder. This one. So I just wanted to finish off by showing so this is from 2010, when I also had problems with my eye. I was treated in that hospital by other doctor who properly treated me, and I was cured in a very short time. So 12th of February, the day after Dr. Babovic treated me incorrectly. So it says here therapy, Tobradex, drops in the, these are also drops in the collar, whatever. The tablets, dexazone is given, calcium gluconate, conjunctivally, whatever, in left eye. C vitamin, so dexazone 2.0, calcium gluconate 5.0, C vitamin 5.0, intravenous, I don't know what's this N1. So this is the doctor. I will create a separate video on him. Sergey V. Isayev. So I'm now looking searching for only 2019. 14th of February, the same doctor. Of course, as you can see, they never mentioned that I asked them about Diprofos. It's not mentioned here that I asked them about Diprofos. Okay, so I complain on problems in my eyesight, redness of left eye, backwards, weak backwards, and so on and so on. Nothing about the asking about diprofos. They were it was mandatory to wrote this. Then 18th of February, and finally 28th of February. I think that's the same doctor. Isayev, Sergey V. Isayev, specialist of entomology. I don't know what's this, Perul, whatever. And the last one, I was given the last injections then, which should be written here. Therapy. Ovega. No, this is actually I didn't get injection then. Alexei Kodunov, Alexei M. Kodunov, ophthalmologist. Okay, so I probably get injections on these 3 previous occasions. I have, yeah, Dexazone 01, 01, 0.1, 2-1, the same thing. So this was second, and this was third time, the same doctor. I don't know if this was no, they gave me so they gave me this two times on 12th, that injection. I thought it was third time as well. Why is not written there? I cannot really remember. I should write this down. I cannot really remember if there was 2 or 1. These are actually, this was injection mix of medicines, injection which is mix of medicines. So I cannot really remember if there was I was actually given one by other doctor in Clinical Center Vojvodina. So but I really cannot remember this this third one. Anyways, I was given the 2 injections which are really way less effective than diprofos, and the fact they ignore me tells everything. So I will now, after this video, I will create video on these 2 doctors. This second doctor had obligation to, I don't know if he is guilty, if he had access to my records. So this is the same hospital, Eliksir. If he had records to my treatment in 2010, maybe they hid that from him, I don't know. But that other doctor, first doctor, he knew about that, because I asked him explicitly. I asked him why I cannot have diprofos. And by the way, I probably waited like more than almost 10 days for this first case in 2010, first case when I had iridocyclitis, or whatever it is pronounced, because I thought it's DA. Oh, conjunctivitis, right?
Conjunctivitis.
Yeah, because conjunctivitis is really very similar to iridocyclitis. Let me see. So let's see. Yeah, it is a proper spelling.
Iridocyclitis.
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 Okay. Okay. So just one thing to check out. This. So
Subconjunctival.
subconjunctival. This is the way I received those 2 injections below my left eye. Okay. Pericardial route of injections for ocular drug. Wow, by administrator of women. Yeah, by the way, one very important thing. So when I was given that Diprofos injection in 2010, I was given that injection by the doctor who treated me, and I asked nurse why she didn't give me. She said that it is extremely strong medicine and only doctor can give it to you. So you can imagine how serious that was. But I was cured in very short time, although one of the doctors, ophthalmologists, told me every time you have this iridocyclitis again, it is harder to treat. But anyways, the point here is that they gave me the 2 injections which are way less effective than that Diprofos. So they gave me dexazone instead of Diprofos. And that Dr. Babovic, if he did his job properly, I wouldn't be in situation to go to private hospital. So of course the crucial point is when I went there to KLINICKI Center Vojvodina, I didn't announce that I will go, that I will visit them, and when I went to private hospital, I announced that I will visit them. So pieces of shit from military intelligence had time to blackmail them, because obviously this is what happened. So they did what they did. And why military intelligence, you can see here. So I'm not going into details. Military intelligence and so on and so on and so on. So that would be it, and I need to create a video on these 2 Russian doctors. So it will be brief video because I explained everything here, so I'll just give their names for a Russian embassy in Belgrade, because as you saw they are ignoring me, and if they keep ignoring me, then I will contact the highest instances of their government higher instances of their government. But for now, I'm finished regarding part related to Dr. Babovic. Of course, there were way more than that, which I explained here, but I needed to explain the whole context, what really happened, because without that, there's no really much sense. If I just mention Dr. Babovic, there will not be much sense in the whole story, so I needed to broaden the subject and the context.